Hello there, today we'll be doing a recap of a 2017 comedy drama film titled The Little Hours. It tells the story of some girls who, although are nuns and should be the purest of all humans, have really dark secrets they are hiding. As the movie begins, we see two young nuns, Ginevra and Fernanda, having a conversation. Fernanda missed the morning prayers and Ginevra is trying to know why she missed it. Fernanda tells her that the donkey went missing and she went to find and bring it back. And Ginevra finds this weird because how can a donkey open the gate? But she shrugs it off as there is nothing she can do about it. As they talk, Lucro, their handyman, passes by. For some weird reason, they don't like Lucro. Lucro politely greets them as he passes by. They return the favor with loud, abusive, and cruel words. They call him a creep, and because they are nuns, they want nothing to do with that. He should just stick to his job and never stare at them. Later that day, Mother Marie also questions Fernanda about her absence from the morning prayer, and Fernanda gives the same excuse. Mother Marie is concerned the donkey always goes missing under Fernanda's watch. Now we see this isn't the first time. We then see Mother Marie and Ginevra talking in a separate room. Ginevra is telling Mother Marie all about the other nuns and the things they do. We are then taken to see another young nun, Alessandra. Alessandra is from a rich family and she really hates where she is right now, but she has no choice as her father is a devoted member and supporter of the choice and he forces her to be there. Ginevra, Fernanda, and Alessandra take a walk in the afternoon, and once again they come across Lucro. Lucro greets them again, and of course this pisses them off. This time they don't only attack him with words, but they also attack him physically. Lucro can't attack the girl, so he just lays there and takes in their attacks. But later that day, Lucro meets with Father Tommaso and quits the job. He's no longer capable of coping with the young nuns who hate him for no reason. Father Tommaso leaves the convent to sell some embroidery, but he goes to the river instead and drinks alcohol. He gets drunk and accidentally spills the embroidery into the water. There he meets Massetto, who helps him retrieve the fabrics. Massetto is by the river with Father Tommaso because he's running away from some guards that want to kill him. He got caught having an affair with his master's wife and the master immediately ordered his execution. Massetto immediately flees and finds his way to the river where he meets Father Tommaso. After helping him retrieve the fabrics, Father Tommaso offers him accommodation in the convent to show his appreciation. But there is a condition: Massetto has to pretend he is deaf and dumb to give the young nuns a sense of safety and privacy. Both men get back to the convent and they spend the evening eating and drinking. Massetto also used that opportunity to confess his sins, and oh boy, Father Tommaso couldn't believe his ears when he heard about Massetto's sexual practices. The next day, Massetto is introduced to the rest of the convent as the new handyman. Father Tommaso also lies about the fabrics. He says that he was robbed. Not long after, Fernanda and Ginevra notice Massetto working. They don't feel hate for him like they did with Lucro, maybe because he was about their age and more good-looking. A while after, Fernanda picks up an axe and tries to attack Massetti. She thinks he is an intruder. But luckily, Mother Marie is quick enough to arrive at the scene and explains Massetto's condition and role. Maria then walks with Alessandria and she tells her about the stolen embroidery. She also tells her that work would have to double because of that. Alessandria now has to work overtime and in the process breaks her embroidery frame. She takes it to Massetto to fix it. He immediately gets to work and she uses that opportunity to rant about her present condition as she thinks he is deaf and dumb. But he hears everything and although he's irritated, he does not say anything so he won't blow his cover. One night, Fernanda sneaks in one of her friends, Martha, into the convent. Both of them steal the mass wine and they take it to Alessandria's room. They plan to get drunk and get sexual that night. They begin the acts and they make enough noise to wake Ginevra up. Ginevra walks in on them and sees what they are doing. The girls pull her in and make her drink alcohol also. Martha then talks to the girls about what it feels like to have sex with a man. She figured Alessandria and Ginevra hadn't had that experience before. As she paints the picture in their mind, she also tells them about a plant called belladonna that would make them more attractive. To end the night, Fernanda takes Ginevra to her room where they have sex. In the morning, Alessandra meets with Massetto. As he works, she wipes his sweat with a handkerchief she made. She also helps him with gardening. As they both sit and chat, tensions grow and they start kissing. Things would have gotten more intense, but the bell rings and Alessandra hurriedly leaves. Later that day, we see Ginevra and Fernanda doing laundry, and Ginevra decides this is a good time to talk about what happened last time. Fernanda shuts down the conversation by making it clear that what happened was nothing more than a mere physical activity. Nothing emotional there. Later that day, Marta and Fernanda head into the woods, and with the belladonna plant, they create a potion. Martha warns her not to drink it. Marta puts 2 small drops of it into each of Fernanda's eyes. She cuts Fernanda's finger and uses the blood to rouge her cheeks. Ginevra was, however, in a distance, watching them do all these. Fernanda and Marta then go into Massetto's quarters and point a knife at him, take off his clothes, and forcefully sleep with him. The next day, the bishop visits the convent for a routine check. While he is busy with Father Tommaso and Mother Marie, Massetto sneaks into Alessandria's room and they have sex. An elder walks in on them but fortunately doesn't quite catch the action. Out of shock, and in an attempt to hide, Massetto accidentally talks and Alessandria is shocked, but she obviously can't confront him about it at the moment, because the superior nun is still in the room. The bishop, on the other hand, notices some errors in the accounting books. The figures on the embroidery weren't adding up. Maria and Tommaso lie and blame it on the robbery. In the middle of that, Ginevra comes in to talk to Mother Marie. They go to a separate place and Ginevra talks to her about the alcohol and potion, but Marie doesn't take her seriously. Ginevra heads back and goes to take the potion also, but she drinks it instead of putting it in her eye. She also puts blood on her cheeks, but she puts way too much, making her look weird. We then see Alessandria confronting Massetto about his ability to speak, but when she hears footsteps approaching the room, she runs to hide by the corner. Ginevra walks into the room and immediately goes to kiss Massetto, who was pretending to be asleep. But the kiss feels different as she is attracted to women. She is intoxicated by the potion she drank, and because of that, she confesses about her sexuality and her Jewish origin. She also hears footsteps approaching her and she runs to hide where Alessandria is. Fernanda comes in with a knife in hand like last time and takes Massetto away. Ginevra and Alessandra follow them and they get the shock of their lives. They see Fernanda and a group of women performing a ritual, with Massetto being the sacrificial lamb, with every single of them almost being completely naked. All these women are witches, including Fernanda and Martha. As Massetto is about to get murdered by Fernanda, he talks to her for the first time. He begs her not to kill him. Fernanda and Martha are shocked he can talk and they think they cured him. An intoxicated Ginevra runs into the crown and causes commotion, forcing the witches to halt the sacrifice for now. Alessandria then moves in to free Massetto. Ginevra runs back to the convent, covered in blood and naked, to ask for help from the convent. This leads to accusations of sins among the young nuns. Ginevra reveals Fernanda as a witch, while Fernanda exposes Ginevra's sexuality and heritage. The next day, they confess their sins to Bishop Bartolomeo, leading in severe penalties. Also, Tommaso lost his priesthood. Meanwhile, Massetto is imprisoned and tortured by his former master. The master decides to let him stay alive, but in jail. The sisters come to rescue him, escaping together while Marie and Tommaso meet elsewhere and confess their love to each other amidst the chaos, and the film concludes abruptly. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you in the next one.